So guys, let us be real for a second, because you probably think the economy is getting better just because the stock market hit a new high, but the truth is most of you are actually getting poorer every single day while you sleep. Inflation is eating your purchasing power like a hungry wolf, and if you do not have a concrete exit strategy, you are essentially signing a death warrant for your freedom. I remember back when I was 22 years old working a soul-crushing job that paid me peanuts, and I realized if I did not find a way to make money while I slept, I was going to be that 70-year-old guy still clocking in for a boss who does not even know my name. Before we dive into the exact numbers of how I built my $120,000 portfolio, I want you to do something right now. Drop a comment below with your current age and the exact dollar amount you are investing every single month. I do not care if it is $5 or $5,000, because the only way we win this game is through radical transparency and accountability. Seriously, pause the video and type it out, because we are building a community of winners here. Now look, when I started, I was a complete simpleton with zero finance degree. My parents used to give me money for a Charles Schwab custodial account instead of video games for Christmas, and I hated it back then. I thought it was the most boring gift ever, like getting a gift card for a podiatrist, but man, were they right. The moment the light bulb turned on for me was seeing a quote from Warren Buffett saying, "If you do not find a way to make money in your sleep, you will work until you die." That hit me like a freight train. I was depressed and miserable in a corporate cubicle, and I realized that investing is not about greed, it is about ownership of your time. I started getting serious right when the world shut down in 2020. I stopped going out and I stopped buying dumb stuff. I realized that most people are just flat out broke because they are trying to look rich. They are financing $50,000 trucks while their bank accounts are screaming for help. I took the opposite route. I lived in what felt like a minimal concrete box, and I drove an old 2006 car that most people would be embarrassed to be seen in. But you know what is not embarrassing? Having a $120,000 portfolio that pays you every single month. I started focusing on the heavy hitters like VAO, which is the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, and VTI for that broad market exposure. Then I discovered the magic of dividend growth investing with SHD. Think about it. You own shares of companies like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, McDonald's, and Microsoft. These giants are out there working for you 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Every time someone buys a Big Mac or a Starbucks latte, a tiny fraction of that money flows back into your pocket. That is the ultimate exit strategy. The hard part is the beginning. When you get your first dividend check and it is only 22 cents or maybe $1.50, you feel like it is never going to matter. You feel like you are trying to empty the ocean with a teaspoon. But this is where the discipline of DCA, or dollar cost averaging, comes in. You have to be a machine. You have to invest every 2 weeks regardless of whether the market is up or down or sideways. Stop trying to time the market, because timing the market is a fool's errand. Time in the market is the only thing that creates true wealth. It is like going to the gym. You do not walk in on day one and bench press 225 pounds. You start with the empty bar and you build that muscle over years. Financial freedom is a marathon, not a sprint, and most of you are tripping at the starting line because you want instant gratification. I am currently averaging close to $400 every single month in passive income that covers a huge chunk of my basic needs without me lifting a finger. When you know your bills are paid by your assets and not your labor, you become a different person. You are no longer a slave to a paycheck. You can tell a bad boss to take a hike because you have the ultimate few money growing in the background. I utilize my Roth IRA to the absolute max because tax-free growth is the greatest gift the government ever gave us. If you are not maxing out your Roth IRA before buying designer clothes, you are literally robbing your future self. We only get one shot at this life. Do you really want to spend 40 years doing things you hate just to pay for things you do not need, to impress people you do not like? The snowball effect is real, but you have to be the one to push it off the hill. It starts slow, and it stays slow for a long time, but once it picks up speed, it becomes an unstoppable force of nature. I went from $0 to $120,000 by being consistent and staying boring. Boring is sexy when it makes you rich. Stop looking for the next meme stock or the next pump and dump scheme. Those are just traps designed to turn you into exit liquidity for the big players. Stick to the index funds, stick to the high-quality dividend payers, stay disciplined with your DCA. You do not need to be a genius or a Wall Street analyst to figure this out. If a simple guy like me can flip the switch and start building a life of freedom, then truly anyone can do it. The only difference between where you are and where you want to be is the action you take today. Not tomorrow and not next year, today. Get your account set up and automate your contributions, and let the power of compounding do the heavy lifting for you. It has completely changed my life and the way I view the world. Investing is the means to an end, and that end is complete and total freedom. I want you to understand that every dollar you invest today is a seed for a tree that will provide shade for you tomorrow. Most people are busy cutting down their trees before they even sprout. They see a little bit of profit and they sell, or they see a little bit of red and they panic. You cannot be that person. You have to be the stone-cold investor who looks at a market crash as a massive clearance sale at your favorite store. When VO goes down, you should be celebrating because you are getting more shares for every dollar you put in. That is how the $120,000 milestone was reached. It was not through some lucky strike. It was through the relentless accumulation of assets while everyone else was busy consuming. Look at your lifestyle right now. Are you living for the weekends or are you living for your legacy? If you are spending $7 on a daily coffee but you are not putting $7 into your brokerage account, then your priorities are upside down. You are literally drinking your retirement. I know it sounds harsh, but someone has to tell you the truth in a world full of fake gurus telling you that you can get rich quick. You cannot get rich quick without massive risk, but you can get rich for sure if you have patience. The system is designed to keep you in debt and keep you working. Breaking free requires a radical shift in your psychology. You have to start seeing yourself as a business owner and your shares as your employees. My $120,000 portfolio is a team of silent workers who never call in sick and never ask for a raise and never complain. They just show up every single day and grind for me. That is the power of the stock market. You are hitching your wagon to the most successful companies in human history. Do you really think Apple and Amazon and Microsoft are going to stop trying to make money? Of course not, so why not take a piece of that action for yourself? The wealth gap is real, but the bridge over that gap is made of index funds and dividend stocks. I want you to think about what your life would look like if you did not have to worry about money. What would you do with your time? Who would you spend it with? That is what we are fighting for. We are not fighting for a number on a screen. We are fighting for the right to say no to things that do not serve us. Every time I hit that buy button on my app, I am buying a little bit more of my life back from the corporate machine. It is a slow process, but it is the only one that actually works for the common man. I want you to commit to this journey with me. This is not just a one-time video. This is a lifestyle change. We are going to track this progress together, and we are going to celebrate the wins, and we are going to stay calm during the losses. Because in the end, the market always moves up and to the right over the long term. If you can handle the volatility, you can reap the rewards. Stop being the guy who buys at the top and sells at the bottom because he is scared. Be the guy who stays the course. Be the guy who keeps his 2006 car and keeps his expenses low so he can keep his investment rate high. That is the secret sauce. There is no magic formula beyond math and time. If you can master those two things, you will be wealthy beyond your wildest dreams. I am telling you this because I have been in the trenches and I have felt the despair of being broke and I have felt the relief of being prepared. The choice is yours. You can keep complaining about the economy or you can start building your own. My exit strategy is already in motion and I am never looking back. If you want to see the full breakdown of every single stock I own and how they have performed over the last 6 years, click right over here to watch the next video. I am serious about this. Do not be the person who watches this and then goes back to scrolling through social media for 3 hours. Go open your account, go set up that $50 automatic transfer, go look at your bank statement and find the leaks. Maybe it is that gym membership you never use or that subscription service for a magazine you do not read. Cut the fat. Every single cent matters when you are building the foundation of your future. I look at my $120,000 and I do not see a pile of cash. I see 10 years of my life that I have bought back. I see the ability to wake up and drink my coffee without dreading the commute. I see the ability to travel and see the world without checking with a manager first. That is what this channel is all about. It is about empowering you to take control. Most people will tell you that the stock market is a gamble, but they are the ones gambling with their lives. By not participating, the house always wins in a casino, but in the stock market, the owners of the companies are the house. Be the owner, stop being the customer. Stop giving your money to everyone else and start giving it to yourself. The transition from a consumer mindset to an owner mindset is the most important leap you will ever make. It is the difference between surviving and thriving. It is the difference between being a pawn and being a player. I started with nothing. I worked the late shifts. I skipped the parties. I chose the 2006 Corolla over the 2024 SUV, and now I am here telling you that it was all worth it. The peace of mind I have now is something that no luxury item could ever provide. You cannot buy freedom at a shopping mall. You can only build it with patience and discipline. So let us get to work. Let us make 2026 the year that everything changed for you. Let us make it the year you decided to stop playing small and start thinking big. The opportunities are everywhere if you are looking for them. The resources are at your fingertips. All you need is the will to execute. I will be here every week sharing my updates and my strategies and my mistakes so you do not have to make them. We are in this together. Let us build something that lasts. Let us build a legacy that our future selves will thank us for. If you found any value in this video, please share it with one friend who needs to hear this. One friend who is struggling and looking for a way out, because sometimes all it takes is one spark to light a fire. And I hope this video was that spark for you. Do not let the flame go out. Keep the momentum going. Keep learning and keep growing and keep investing. The destination is beautiful, but the journey is where the real growth happens. It is where you find out what you are truly made of. It is where you prove to yourself that you are capable of greatness. I believe in you. I know you can do this. Now go out there and make it happen. I will see you in the next one where we dive deep into the specific weightings of my portfolio and how I plan to reach the next milestone of $250,000. It is going to be a wild ride, and I am glad you are along for it. Stay focused and stay disciplined and stay hungry for more. Your freedom is waiting for you on the other side of consistency. Do not let anything stop you from getting there. The market is open and the clock is ticking. What are you waiting for? Get started right now. Hit that subscribe button. Peace.